5. Listening skill in classroom. Listening skill development in a classroom is crucial for students' academic success and overall language proficiency. Here are some effective strategies and practices for improving listening skills in an educational setting. 8. Active listening exercises. Incorporate activities that encourage students to actively listen. For example, you can read a short passage, play an audio recording, or have a class discussion, and then ask students to provide a summary or key takeaways. Though, use varied audio materials, utilize a range of audio materials such as podcasts, educational videos, and recorded lectures to expose students to different accents, speaking styles, and content areas. 13. Listening comprehension assessments. Include listening comprehension assessments in your curriculum. Create quizzes, assignments, or tests that assess students' ability to understand and interpret spoken content. 4. Group listening activities. Organize group listening activities where students work together to analyze and discuss audio content. This promotes collaboration and the exchange of ideas. 5. Listening to authentic materials. Incorporate real world listening materials, such as news reports, interviews, or TED Talks, which expose students to authentic language use and real life contexts. Chair. Linguistic games. Engage students in linguistic games that involve listening and responding to spoken instructions or questions, such as Simon Says, or language related puzzles. 7. Listen and respond. Encourage students to listen to a prompt or question, think about their response, and then share their thoughts. This fosters critical thinking and communication skills. 8. Visual aids. Use visual aids, such as images, diagrams, or slides, to support listening activities. This can help students better understand and remember the content. No. Listening journals. Assign listening journals where students write reflections on audio content they've heard, summarizing the main points and their personal reactions. Thus, variety of speed and volume. Expose students to audio at varying speeds and volumes, challenging them to adapt to different listening conditions. 11. Learner-centered approach. Tailor listening activities to individual students' interests and needs. This can boost engagement and motivation. 12. Feedback and correction. Provide feedback on listening exercises, highlighting areas for improvement. Correct pronunciation or vocabulary misunderstandings to enhance comprehension. 13. Cultural awareness. Include listening activities that expose students to different cultural perspectives, promoting cultural awareness and empathy. 14. Technology integration. Use technology to your advantage. Incorporate language learning apps and online resources that offer listening exercises and interactive materials. 15. Authentic listening challenges. Present students with challenging listening exercises that push their limits but provide support and guidance as needed. 16. Homework assignments. Assign listening homework tasks that encourage students to listen to audio materials outside the classroom, fostering independent learning. Improving listening skills in the classroom is a gradual process that benefits from consistent practice and a supportive learning environment. By incorporating a variety of activities and materials and providing feedback and guidance, educators can help students develop their listening skills, which are essential for academic success and language proficiency. 5.1 Intensive listening. Definition. Intensive listening is a focused and in-depth approach to listening comprehension. It involves the careful analysis and understanding of a short segment of audio or spoken content, typically aiming to understand every word, sound, and detail. 5.2 Extensive listening. Definition. Extensive listening is a broad approach to listening comprehension. It focuses on overall understanding, comprehension, and fluency by exposing learners to a wide range of extended authentic materials. The emphasis is on grasping main ideas rather than scrutinizing every detail. 5.3 Teaching listening. Teaching listening skills effectively is an essential aspect of language instruction. Here are some strategies and principles for teaching listening. 8. Set clear objectives, define specific listening objectives for your lessons. Determine what students should be able to do with their listening skills, whether it's understanding conversations, following instructions, or extracting key information from audio materials. Though authentic materials, use authentic listening materials, such as podcasts, news broadcasts, interviews, and videos, to expose students to real world language use and different accents. Teen. Variety of listening materials. Offer a variety of listening materials to cater to different interests and proficiency levels. Consider integrating music, films, TED Talks, and interactive online resources. 4. Pre-listening activities provide context or background information before students listen. This can include discussion questions, vocabulary previews, or predictions to prepare students for what they are about to hear. 5. During listening activities, encourage active listening. Students should take notes, answer specific questions, or identify key points while listening. Ensure the listening tasks align with the learning objectives. Chair. Post-listening activities. After listening, engage students in discussions, comprehension questions, vocabulary exercises, and summarization tasks. This helps reinforce understanding and retention. 7. Group activities. Organize group listening activities, such as listening to a panel discussion and then discussing it as a group. This promotes collaboration and the exchange of ideas. 8. Technology integration. Utilize language learning apps, online listening exercises, and interactive audio resources to enhance the listening experience. 9. Assessment. Regularly assess listening skills through quizzes, tests, and classroom observations to gauge progress and tailor instruction accordingly. Thus, individualized learning. Recognize that students may have different levels of proficiency in listening. Tailor listening tasks to individual needs and interests. 11. Feedback. Provide constructive feedback on students' listening skills, including pronunciation, comprehension, and overall performance. Encourage self-assessment and reflection. 12. Active listening skills. Teach active listening skills, such as making eye contact, nodding, and using verbal cues to show engagement in a conversation. 13. Listening strategies. Familiarize students with effective listening strategies, such as identifying keywords, recognizing context clues, and understanding intonation. 14. Cultural awareness. Incorporate listening activities that expose students to different cultural perspectives and emphasize the importance of cultural sensitivity in listening comprehension. 15. Encourage regular practice. Advise students to practice listening regularly on their own. Suggest language learning apps, podcasts, and other resources they can use outside the classroom. 16. Promote listening for pleasure. Encourage students to listen for enjoyment, such as by following hobbies or interests in the target language. This can make the process more engaging and motivating. Teaching listening is a dynamic process that involves a combination of activities, materials, and strategies tailored to the needs and goals of the learners. Effective listening instruction helps students develop not only their comprehension skills but also their ability to engage in meaningful communication. 5.4 Stages in a listening lesson. A well-structured listening lesson typically consists of several stages to ensure that students develop their listening comprehension skills effectively. Here are the typical stages in a listening lesson. 1. Lead in. The stage sets the context for the listening activity and introduces the topic or theme. It may involve a brief discussion, a short video clip, or a pre-listening question to activate students' prior knowledge and generate interest. Though, pre-listening activities. Pre-listening activities prepare students for the listening task. These activities can include vocabulary pre-teaching, predictions based on the topic, or brainstorming relevant ideas and questions. Theme. Listening task. This is the core of the lesson where students listen to the audio material. It could be a dialogue, an interview, a story, or any authentic spoken content. The task might involve listening for specific information, identifying main ideas, or comprehending the overall message. 4. Post listening activities. After listening, students engage in a variety of activities to reinforce their comprehension and consolidate their learning. These activities may include discussions, comprehension questions, vocabulary exercises, and summarization tasks. 5. Analysis and feedback. At this stage, the teacher and students analyze the listening material, focusing on vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. The teacher provides feedback and correction as needed. Chair. Follow-up activities. Depending on the learning objectives, the lesson may include follow-up activities, such as role plays, debates, or writing assignments, that build upon the listening experience and encourage language production. 7. Reflection and self-assessment. Students are encouraged to reflect on their listening performance and identify areas of improvement. Self-assessment tools can be used to track progress. 8. Homework or independent practice. Assign listening homework tasks that encourage students to practice their listening skills outside of the classroom. This may involve listening to podcasts, watching videos, or engaging with other audio materials. No. Review and preview. In subsequent lessons, it's valuable to review the previously learned material and preview what students will be listening to in the future. This helps establish connections between listening activities and reinforce learning. Thus, assessment and evaluation periodically assess and evaluate students' listening skills through quizzes, tests, or classroom observations to gauge their progress and adapt instruction accordingly. The stages in a listening lesson are designed to create a comprehensive learning experience that develops listening comprehension, critical thinking, and language skills. Teachers often tailor these stages to the specific needs and proficiency levels of their students. 5.5 Types of listening material. Listening materials can vary widely and encompass diverse topics and formats. Here are 10 types of listening materials commonly used in language learning and general education. 8. Podcasts, audio programs covering a wide range of topics, including news, storytelling, education, entertainment, and more. Podcasts are popular for language learners because they offer authentic spoken language in a conversational style. Though audiobooks, narrated versions of books, providing an opportunity for students to practice listening to extended content and enhancing their reading comprehension. 10. News broadcasts, radio or television news programs that offer current events, world news, and various reporting styles. They help improve listening skills while staying informed. 4. Dialogues and conversations, scripted or unscripted dialogues or conversations that simulate real-life interactions, often used for language learning exercises. 5. TED Talks, a collection of talks and presentations by experts, innovators, and thought leaders on a wide range of subjects, offering authentic spoken content on diverse topics. Chair. Songs and lyrics. Listening to songs and reading the lyrics is an engaging way to enhance listening comprehension, vocabulary, and cultural understanding. 7. Movie and TV show clips. Excerpts from movies and TV shows provide an opportunity to practice listening to various accents, dialects, and cultural contexts. 8. Lectures and academic presentations, audio recordings of academic lectures, seminars, and presentations that help students develop listening skills needed for educational settings. 9. Interviews, conversations between interviewers and subjects, often found in podcasts, talk shows, and news programs. These offer insights into different speaking styles and interview techniques. Thus, storytelling and audio dramas, narrated stories and audio dramas engage listeners with fictional or non-fictional narratives, enhancing listening comprehension and imagination. Using a variety of listening materials allows students to experience diverse accents, speaking styles, and content while practicing their listening skills. These materials are valuable resources for language learning and improving overall listening comprehension.